Fans have discovered old footage of Travis Kelce and his ex-girlfriend Kayla Nicole, which has reignited suspicion about a possible lyrical dig in Taylor Swift's song Opalite. This comes in the midst of the frenzy that has surrounded Taylor Swift's most recent album, The Life of the Showgirl's release. You were in it for real, she was in her phone, and you were just a pose. But Taylor sings on the track, and you couldn't come to terms with why you felt so isolated. A video that has just surfaced shows Travis Kelce becoming irritated with Kayla for spending an excessive amount of time on her phone.
Just drink the wine so we can go.
I love it here. If sometimes someone would pay me attention, I wouldn't have to go on social media.
Get off your phone.
I wouldn't have to get on social media and seek validation.
You're not even
from a bunch of strangers
You're not
on the
even
internet.
drinking your wine anymore.
During this time, Kayla has responded to the criticism that was posted on the internet through Instagram. And to make this whole problem more messier, Charli XCX is under criticism for supposedly liking a questionable post about Taylor Swift. This is making the situation much more complicated. Therefore, we are going to have to investigate this matter since Charli is receiving death threats. People are pushing people to bully Swifties by wearing shirts that say this, and it has really gone way too far. Her followers are wearing shirts that say this. It's time to get down to business. When it comes to Charli X brat era, it seems as though the internet has merely stopped talking about it. You guys, however, have put it back on the agenda. At this point, fans instantly believe that the song Sympathy as a Knife was about Taylor Swift, who, as you may recall, dated Charli's now husband's bandmate, Matty Healy, in 2023. This was due to the fact that the album was released in 2024. The year 2015 marked the beginning of Taylor Swift's 1989 World Tour, during which she invited Charli to join her on stage in Toronto to play Boom Clap. After that, she chose Charli to be the opening act for her stadium tour in 2018, which was being held in 2018. When a Pitchfork article was published online in August 2019, only a few days before Taylor released her Lover album, it was the first indication that Charli and Taylor might have a strained relationship. It began when Charli made a remark that was directed at Taylor's supporters. The publication reported that she said, "I'm really grateful that Taylor asked me on that tour, but as an artist, it kind of felt like I was getting up on stage and waving to 5-year-olds. That was obviously not something that the Swifties were overly enthusiastic about." Years later, while they were both dating members of the band 1975, Taylor and Charli found themselves in the same general vicinity. Taylor began a brief relationship with Matty Healy around the month of May 2023 while she was on the Aries tour. This occurred shortly after the news of her breakup with Joe Alwyn became known. An additional year had passed since Charli had begun a relationship with percussionist George Daniel. Over the course of the summer of 2023, Taylor and Charli began to come into contact with one another more regularly. It is said that Taylor's affair with Matty Healy lasted for approximately 2 months, around the time when Charli and her current husband tied the knot during the summer of that year. The song Sympathy is a Knife was included on the album by and very soon after its release, it was regarded as a diss piece. This three-man connection is said to have been the source of inspiration for a number of songs on the Tortured Poets section. The novel Sympathy is a Knife delves with the sentiments of insecurity that Charli has regarding a lady who is a part of her boyfriend's group of friends. The following is a quote from me. "I do not wish to share the space. The last thing I want to do is fake a smile. This one girl is able to delve into my insecurities. Do not know if it is real or if I am going through a downward spiral." The fact that the song was about Taylor has not been denied by Charli as of yet. However, she has denied that it was a diss track by stating on Instagram that the album does not contain any diss tracks.
People think that there are diss tracks on Brat, and I just wanted to come on here and clarify that there aren't, apart from maybe Von Dutch, which kind of is, but the other tracks in question aren't diss tracks. They're really just about how it's so complicated being an artist, especially a female artist, where you are pitted against your peers but also expected to.
One line in the song in which she states, "Don't want to see her backstage at my boyfriend's show," gave the lyrics a more pointed edge, and many of her fans found it particularly offensive. I am currently crossing my fingers behind my back. I hope they call it quits as soon as possible. Fans came to the conclusion that Charli does not like Taylor since she has made a few awkward statements about her in the past. This was something that people witnessed. It was now too late for Taylor to hear sympathy as a knife. She had already broken up with Maddie Healy, and Maddie was already in a relationship with the model Gabriette. People had the impression that Taylor was unhappy, despite the fact that their relationship had come to an end. The Tortured Poets department appeared to be primarily concerned with Maddie Healy and her actual romantic connection, despite the fact that everyone anticipated that it would focus on the conclusion of her 6-year romance with Joe Alwyn. Fans of both artists believe that Taylor's new song, Actually Romantic, is a not-so-subtle dig on Charli. This is despite the fact that Taylor openly congratulated Charli for the success of her record at the time. As an illustration, Taylor sings, "When the Cokes got you brave, I heard you call me boring Barbie a lot. I kissed my ex-boyfriend and then told him that you are happy that he ghosted me. Compose a song for me that says it makes you ill to your stomach to look at my face. I quote, it's kind of a love letter to someone who hates you," Taylor said during the song's official release party for the Showgirl movie. However, she did not reveal the identity of the person the song was about. "You were so kind to think about me in such a way, even if it is a negative thought. Wow, that is really, really lovely of you. With regard to my line of work, attention is synonymous with affection, and you have provided me with a great deal of it. Why are you so obsessed with me?" was the classic deflection that people thought Taylor presented to Charli when they first met. As a result of the fact that Sympathy as a Knife was not a diss tune, several fans believed that Taylor had no right to reply. It was an investigation into the insecurities of women and the internalized competitiveness that they experience. This is not the first time that Charli has investigated this topic. In fact, it occurred before for the reason that she and Lorde collaborated on the remix of Girls So Confusing, which was included on the same album. They worked through a friendship. On October 5th, Charli uploaded a small video clip that demonstrated that she is now working with her producer in the studio. This is a crucial fact to take into consideration. People were very sure that she was going to release some kind of diss tune after she posted this little video, which she captioned with a heart. However, there were many who believed that the suspicion had been reached. Let me tell you something. This is where things take a turn for the worst. A contentious post was rediscovered on Instagram yesterday by an account known as Princess Gangster 777. To provide some background, Travis Kelce, who is engaged to Taylor, is a white man who spent the most of his childhood close to Black people and dated Black women. This racist message, which suggests that Taylor Swift has finally converted him white, was shared by this account, which is an account that makes a lot of remarks that are racist. Due to the fact that I was unsure of the meaning of this word, I looked it up. The wit in this word, however, appears to be a substitute for the N-word, and it is a reference to the way that some members of the Black community relate to white males who are greatly affected by Black culture. The news has now surfaced that Charli is said to have been caught like this post. As soon as the owner of the account put this on their page, everyone quickly responded with something along the lines of, so, oh, maybe Charli is not the victim. Is it true that she is using this platform to like racist posts? On the other hand, I saw that a number of people provided comments along the lines of, it's not necessarily racist. The meme is nothing more than a joke that makes fun of racists like Travis Kelce. People were expressing their opinions in this manner. At this time, Taylor Swift is also addressing the numerous responses that have been received to her most recent album. I am certain that you have all seen the responses that have been posted on the internet, and I have seen a considerable number of videos, including this one on YouTube, in which the most significant criticism is directed at her lyrics. It seems strange that many have the impression that there is an excessive amount of internet terminology, especially considering that she just stated that she seldom scrolls online. The tracks, according to some people, do not in any way correspond to the Showgirl theme, and it seems as though this CD was created specifically for her jock and his pals. On the other hand, she discussed how she has dealt with the many different reactions to her album during an appearance on the Zane Lowe Show on Apple Music on Tuesday. She stated that she enjoys the pandemonium that has appeared. In the end, it was achieved.
I mean, I welcome the chaos. The rule of show business is if it's the first week of my album release, and you are saying either my name or my album title, you're helping. And art, I have a lot of respect for people's subjective opinions on art. I'm not the art police. It's like everybody is allowed to feel exactly how they want. And what our goal is as entertainers is to be a mirror. Oftentimes an album is a really, really wild way to look at yourself, right? What you're going through in your life is going to affect whether you relate to the music that I'm putting out at any given moment. And what I often love seeing my fans say is, I used to be someone who didn't like relate to Reputation, and now that I've been through some other things in my life, that's my favorite album. Or I used to be a like fearless girly, now I'm obsessed with Evermore. Like, and we're doing this thing for keeps. Like, I have such an eye on legacy when I'm making my music. I know what I made. I know I adore it. And I know that, like, on the theme of what the showgirl is, all of this is part of it.
When we talk about Travis, we must also mention Taylor Swift and the supposed beef she has with Kayla Nicole, who is Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend. Fans just feel as though the lyrics fit up eerily with Travis and Kayla's on and off romance that lasted for 5 years. Although this is not confirmed, many devoted Taylor fans believe that Kayla may have been addressed in Taylor's song Opalite. Look into this further.
It's about Kayla Nicole, Travis's ex-girlfriend. The opal is Travis's birthstone. You couldn't understand it. While you left alone, you were in it for real. She was on her phone. You were just a pose. These lines paint a picture of a couple sitting across from each other, one fully present, the other distracted on their phone. It lines up perfectly with the real video of Travis Kelce telling Kayla to get off her phone. Taylor witnessed the aftermath. You finally left the table, and what a simple thought. You're starving till you're not. That's Travis walking away, realizing he was done waiting for someone to look up. Before The Life of the Showgirl dropped, Travis Kelce said Opalite was his favorite song on the album. He said that knowing the song might hold a piece of his past. That's the kind of irony only Taylor Swift can orchestrate.
She has been posting on her Instagram stories more frequently over the past several days, which raises the question of whether or not Kayla has replied to any of this. She appeared to reply to the words of the song by posting a pointed Instagram story not long after the album was released, in which she emphasized the significance of avoiding comparisons with other women. In addition to it, she published the following piece of writing: "And when God gives you the ball." Consequently, a great number of individuals have the impression that this is her way of gently reacting to all of the drama. On the other hand, please share your thoughts with me in the comment section below on anything. I am quite interested in hearing your comments. My heart is so full of love for you all. Moreover, I will see each and every one of you in the subsequent video.